Welcome back to the John 2 Zone with your host John and Harrison. Luke is out for the foreseeable future. Some things came out about him, about his old Reddit post. We didn't know that his character was like that. Turns out he's a really big fan of the Minions. That's all I'll say about the topic.
Your nemesis uses a Minion profile picture.
Yeah, no, it turns out Luke is Josh 12 Gamer. It's a sad sight, but now he's got other important things to do, and I need to go home. I'm using my lunch break for this, so
you gotta get out of here.
I know I'm gonna have to. I'm work. It's a busy day. It's Christmas time. Christmas time is always busy. This is also the Christmas special.
And luckily, the New Year's special.
Yeah, pretty much. No show next week. This is all you get, you fiends. This and... Were you looking at something?
No.
I thought you were looking past me.
No.
I didn't think you were looking at me. I was like, what's going on here?
Actually, also bring the mic a bit closer to you.
Is this what you want?
Yeah.
Does this work?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. But yeah, all right. So it's the Christmas and New Year special. And I'm just wearing a plain t-shirt and we don't have Luke. So this is it's a metaphor for life going forward. All your loved ones will leave you at some point. It might be the last time you ever spend a Christmas with a loved one. So make sure it counts.
It's our last Christmas with Winston.
Who's to say? We could still celebrate with him.
We can kidnap him.
We will at some point. And then we're going to get sick of him after like 2 hours. Get out of here, kid. No one wants you.
He's just like, give me my food.
We're going to Will Smith him. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. The whole apartment's going to be gone. It's just going to be Winston just sitting in where he usually sits below the table.
Just parked out.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Yeah, this is weird because this is the first time we're doing it with the 2-man instead of 3-man.
Yeah. I mean, when Jose did, it might as well have been it too, because he was just kind of chilling there.
He contributed, but like, I think in audio sense, it probably sounded like it was only 2 people. But since he was off camera, it probably sounded like a 3-man.
Yeah.
Which, who's to say? I don't know. I don't know how these audio nerds work it. It's a strange thing. I might have ruined someone else's podcast that way.
How so?
It was whenever I went to the basketball game, and my podcast friend Mook they were filming their podcast at the in the stadium, and I don't know what happened. They cut out like the second half of it, and I think it was because of audio. Well, I mean, first of all, they're recording in a basketball stadium. That was the dumbest thing they could do. I was like, all right.
A little bit of extraneous noise there.
Yeah, copyrighted. I sat like 2 rows in front of them, and I could not hear a word they said. And I was like, do you guys hear each other? And they're like, barely. But so it was the dumbest thing I've ever been a part of. But it was cool. I got a podcast. I say this, I'm like, I had a podcast like performed for me while I was watching a basketball game, which is really weird because it was for one person because they didn't end up doing like the second half of the podcast. So like I was the only one to witness it or to experience it.
You were the only
It was weird. I don't know.
When this holds up in a court of law, they'll bring you in.
But law for what?
I don't know.
You just you throw out a punchline without a setup. What was that? See, that's what we're missing with Luke, a punchline.
I was going to say, yeah, we're definitely...
Or no, a setup. We're missing both, a punchline and a setup.
Instead, you just get my bullshit now.
Yeah, no, that was just a punchline, and then there was a setup somewhere there. I just don't know where.
We'll never know.
That felt like a TV moment where they're trying to be meta, and they like whenever they cut into the show and like the guy says a punchline, everyone laughs. That was just that, except everyone saw the build up.
Yeah.
That's weird. But should we focus on Christmas or New Year's more?
Let's start with Christmas, considering that's closer.
Christmas time. It feels like this is the first time it's like felt like Christmas. I don't know for me, but I think it's just because like I'm usually in Texas, and Texas it's like warm, and I also spend a lot of time overseas for the study abroads I've done.
Past 2 years, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And like India, there's still a lot of Catholicism there, but like it's not as like consumerism as U.S. And Barcelona was like the same. It's not. I think the Christmas spirit is. Well, actually, no, it was pretty strong in Spain. I think it's a Western thing to just like really enjoy to have Christmas, but I think it's evolved now. And I wish Luke was here because we've actually had multiple conversations about this. How like different holidays are kind of like shifting past their initial meaning.
Oh,
like Christmas,
by far.
Christmas is no longer about Jesus. It is just like a time you can be with friends and family.
Also, too, wasn't Jesus' actual birthday like?
Don't be that nerd. Everyone has this fun fact. Okay, they're like, did you know that this is just a way for people to market it?
I wasn't sure.
Everyone knows that. All right, we just want free presents. Okay, it doesn't matter how accurate it is. All right.
I thought you were talking about moving away from.
You know what? You know what also happened? Jesus walked on water. You want to rebuke that? Many things. It's called miracles. All right. December 25th. The fact that Christmas is on that day without it actually being Jesus' birth is a miracle. All right. You bastard. Don't question the methods. I also do like having a week off from work. So.
But not that missing pay.
To not be an hourly worker. Dare to dream. But yeah, it's out of time for Christmas. But
what do you want?
What do I want for Christmas?
Yeah. If you're on Santa's lap, what would you whisper in his ear?
$1 million.
That's real.
I need $100,000 in cash, Santa, and a new Frank Ocean album ASAP. He's just looking at me, and I feel like at that point, I feel like that warrants Santa just like shooting you in the head.
No, Santa just gets a petrified look, and he's thinking about that he has Frank Ocean up at the North Pole, and the elves are trying to get him to make a new album.
Just torturing him.
And he's like,
you walk into it, and then like he's like, no, I'm not feeling it.
The elves are like, what happened at Coachella, Frank?
They're just like, no, I'm not gonna. I was about to go to a dark place about his brother, but no, we're not going there. R.I.P. to him. But yeah. Riff abort. We're not going there. We can't go to that place, sir. It's too risky.
Might end up in the wrong territory.
Yeah, it's also something I just don't want to joke about.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know why, but Christmas is over for me. Oh no, I'm done with Christmas already.
Christmas is Jover.
It's been too cold. I like Christmas.
As you're about to like be in warm territory later today.
Yeah, I don't know. It just feels like I've already done all most people get Christmas done stuff early, like the holiday like celebrations. So like now it's just like hanging out with like my family. And it's usually just my immediate family these days.
Just vibes now.
Exactly. So it's just like I did most of the Christmas stuff already. I need to go see some lights or whatnot, but it was fun. I'm not saying I want Christmas to be over. I'm still like, damn. It just like it's a weird feeling because like usually it feels that as if there's a build up to Christmas, but I feel like it's just been like Christmas for me. I don't know.
I will say, and I do enjoy like the Christmas December season, but like it has felt long.
It has. I feel like I think I sprinted. We sprinted Christmas instead of marathoning it.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's not Christmas yet. Like we haven't celebrated.
We're all out of energy.
I think it's too much. I think sometimes we try to grab onto things or like make it last longer than it needs to, especially with like holidays and like birthdays and a lot of other things in life. I feel like it's more of a a symptom of society, if we're really putting it in layman's terms.
That's the other thing, like you're saying, felt like Christmas for you this year. Like for every year now on, it just feels like Christmas less and less. One, because there's like never any snow, and there used to always be snow.
Mm-hmm.
But also too, it's also just like being an adult now.
Yeah, that too. But I mean, we'd still have fun. We still hang out with friends and do parties.
We can still get a little silly.
Christmas time will always be silly. We need to get the silly back into Christmas. You can't spell Christmas without silly.
That's so true.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's just like it's too much. We're spending too much time on like Christmas, where we start before Thanksgiving. People start selling. It's
fucking Christmas in July.
Yeah, it's just like there's a reason that Christmas it only comes once a year because of how special it is. But now we're celebrating it not too much, but just like everywhere. It's like let's lay up. Let's ease up on the holiday. I think
you're spoiling it.
Exactly. The fact that I'm hearing anything about Christmas in November is the travesty.
The fact Mariah Carey's creeping onto radios in October.
Exactly. Did you see that she's not number one?
Yeah, what was it this year?
JID. JID. He's a rapper.
Oh.
I forgot. You don't know things about black people. I forgot about that.
Okay, man.
Got him.
I hate you.
Let's go. We're back, baby. We can riff without Luke.
You can riff without Luke.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess that's. I mean, we. I don't know how many times I need to say it in different ways. It's just like let's calm down on Christmas, guys. This is my message. I need to get better. I think that's why I'm focused on the New Year's. I'm already focused on like
New Year.
What's next? You know.
New Year, new John.
Mm-hmm. Brand new, and this year was the newest John, and some parts of him I like, some other parts I was like, get it together, man. Come on. What are we doing here? What are we doing here, man? Get it together.
Your parents are gonna be like, are you gonna leave that podcasting in 2023?
No, Mom. The podcast comes with us.
It's real. We're making moves.
It's real to me. It's crazy. Imagine if I started doing like visual stuff while I was still at DePaul for the 4 years.
Well, been interesting. I mean, the question is, would you have Luke and I? But
well, I mean, I feel like I could have just learned it on my own.
That's true.
And I know decent. I was able to produce at least for the time being.
Yeah.
So
you're able to do fun gestures with your hands.
Nope, no one saw the fun gestures. It was just me out here. Or at least what it feels like.
Back in the day when you were just on the radio DePaul and people just had to picture you in the studio.
I had some good moments on that show that only I lived. I called COVID happening. I was like, yeah, no, this is probably a thing. I was like, it'll probably shut down a couple of weeks, but I think we'll be fine after like a month. But I did think it was going to do something. I have the audio file from that day. I have no idea. Maybe
it's somewhere.
Because that was freshman year, and that was still whenever it was a man. I think it might still be on the computer if no one deleted it.
You need to go in and pull off an elaborate heist to steal it.
I could just ask someone.
No, you do the heist anyways. You show up with like a black beanie and like a all black outfit.
You can just like go in there, man. It's still there.
You're just like sneaking around in it.
Like, dude, you're screwing up We hear you in the ventilation system, man.
He just collapses here in it.
It's not worth it, man. That podcast was ass.
I need my files.
Give me my files. I need files.
You got Luke in a van outside hacking into their system.
No, I'm like, Luke, you need to hack into the system. And Luke's like, okay. No, this is what he does. I'm like, Luke, I'm going to need to hack in. He's going to be like, okay. And then just like playing whatever game he wants to, because he's like, yeah, I don't have to hack in the system. Just walk in.
Yeah.
Idiot.
But I'm here for you. Now then you have Jose going in as like the delivery guy in disguise with a fake mustache.
Jose is definitely he's the guy with the disguises. If we were like an Ocean's 11 crew, I'm Danny Ocean in Ocean's 11, obviously.
You're the lead.
Yeah, I'm the lead. I'm the one that's like basically just fucking everything up, but also like putting it all together.
You're
big mastermind.
You're the glue, yet the what's the thing? What's the word for someone that dismantles?
Destroyer.
Yeah, I guess.
Luke he's our tech guy. Jose is our
master of disguise.
Master of disguise. I would also put you under tech guy, but Luke is already the tech guy. Maybe you're the tech guy and Luke's the demolitions expert.
Maybe. No, I'm just a random guy that like gets killed.
I think you guys are both tech guys.
Okay.
We have 2 tech guys. I don't think one of you guys. Yeah. In the actual heist, Luke is our I think Luke is our demolitions expert. Need be. He's like 70% tech guy, 30% demolitions.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
And then Winston.
And then Jose is 100%.
The disguise guy. Delivery.
Jose, no, you don't need to dress up as that black man. Jose.
Oh, they're gonna tell it's me.
Come on. How else am I gonna fit in Kenya?
It's like, guys, I forgot my turban.
No. Having a heist crew, but the disguise guy is just
problematic.
He's always just putting on, it's like, I don't think you can do that. And he's putting on the it's like that African garment, the one that Nancy Pelosi wore whenever she was like taking a knee.
I don't know the exact name of it. I know what you're talking about, though.
I don't want to say anything in the hope.
I'll just be like, John, of course you don't know black people.
No, only I'm allowed to say that to you. It's Kente Kloss. I was on the cusp of being like, it's like a Kunta Kente.
Oh, no.
But it's a Kente Kloss. It was along those lines. All right, I was putting it together.
LeVar Burton barges in and like, you said what now?
So yeah. So I love that. If we should make a short film. I want to be in the short film. I'm the disguise man, and I walk in with like Kente Kloss and just like and like black paint in my hand. And you guys are like, no.
John, no.
It'll work. Trust me.
Anything for the mission.
I have black and white face paint. I'm like, which ones do you guys need? I'm down for either.
They just have like a whole color palette. I think this mission calls for blue.
I keep on like mixing colors.
No, you just mix all the colors every time, so it's just like a brownish black. Like,
oh no. That would be sick. We infiltrate the Blue Man Group, and I'm just like, I know the thing. I know a thing for that.
Guys, today we're going to become the Blue Man Group.
No. Never. Yeah.
And then part of this heist, we use Winston as a projectile.
Yeah.
We just throw him.
No, he's our suicide bomber.
He just goes in and throws up.
Oops.
Meow.
My fault, OG. All right, let's check the notes. Let's not talk about New Year's yet. I want to talk about New Year's at some point. I got a lot to talk about for New Year's. This was also funny. I took a note just because I was watching Little Sass's podcast, and it's just a funny side note. And he was like, they were talking about like a drunk hangover or like a hangover, and how like people, we get anxiety from it. And he's like, do girls ever get anxiety from that? I was like, did he just ask if girls have anxiety? That's why he's the greatest to ever do it. He doesn't miss. So like, what if girls just had anxiety? I don't know. Just like crazy to think about.
That's the same energy to be like, do girls poop?
No. I mean, it's very funny. This isn't like an indictment of him, but there's like a lot of dudes that just don't understand basic empathy.
The barstool
They're just
demographic.
Like, yeah, well, yeah, no, that's why Harry's there.
I was gonna say, yeah, the comedy caters to the crowd.
Love that motherfucker, but sometimes I don't know. He is funny, I'll say that. He's a nice guy. But
sometimes they get this look in their eye, and you're like, "What are you capable of?"
All right, you said that, not me. I'm not trying to ruin my Barstool bag.
No, I only.
I am changing up on all of this. Someone's gonna pull this up and just be like, "This you?" I'm gonna be like, "Not anymore."
I only ever like encountered.
Viva la Prez.
I only ever encountered him in my class and never really spoke to him.
No, it's all right. But no, besides him, I'm just saying, like, in general, there's just like a lot of dudes who just, they're like, wait a minute, girls poop too? Yo, this is messing with my brain.
They've been able to do that the whole time?
It's so crazy. It's like, oh wow. Oh, you don't see women as people. Okay. That makes sense.
I was about to say Matt Rife fans, but now you've changed the yeah, you
not really. I think some people just.
Then again, you made that new discovery about Matt Rife's demographic.
We're not talking about this. We're not talking about that discovery. Okay. All right. I will say, Matt. Yeah, we don't need to uncover Matt Rife. You already know. The people know how I feel about Matt Rife.
Yeah. No. It's been
a loser, pathetic, a fraud. How much time do we have?
We about like 7 minutes.
7 minutes. What can we talk about? What's been trending in the news lately? Let's see. Christmas spirit and discovering it with the. Oh, these are notes from last week. I had things. I think most of everything I want to talk about is for New Year's.
I mean,
and then
if you want to go there, we can go there.
Yeah, but I don't want to burn it. I don't want to say it, and then like 30 minutes later, I'm like, oh, I have nothing.
Also, are we doing the full hour, or because it's what time you have to leave?
I gotta leave like 2:30, but my flight's at 3. Board's at 3:25.
How long was the Uber to get there?
Like an hour.
Might as well take the orange line.
No orange line from me. I'd rather die.
If you're above public transit, I guess.
No, I have too many bags. That's why. I don't want to carry those bags on the train.
I did that once where I had to carry a bunch of luggage on the train. It was the worst thing ever.
No, usually all my flights are in the morning, but like now, since if I ever have another like afternoon flight, then I'm just going to take the train. But
yeah,
it's whatever. Welcome back to Uber Talk, where we find out where our Ubers are going and how much they cost. Man, I don't know.
You can record the John 2 zone in an Uber.
That would be insane.
Just give the driver a mic.
Apparently there's a podcaster that did their podcast on the plane, and like their podcast guest was like right next to them, and they would just like talk on the plane.
The poor people around them just trying to sleep.
Imagine the Joe Rogan experience, except it's on a plane. That would be sick.
I would open the plane door and just jump out.
No, that would be so sick. Just like Joe Rogan, like, hey, what's that? Like, hey, yo, guy behind me, pull that up. I'm just like, I got you, fam. Hold on. just like chiming in whenever.
It's just a guy's like, no.
Bro, imagine a podcast. You're the guest on the Joe, and you guys are in a plane.
You're the guest in the sky.
Chills, literal chills. Look at it's goosebumps right there. Chills. This only two things that give me chills like that: Joe Rogan, the indomitable Christmas spirit.
Thought you were gonna say Christmas lights.
No. Why would I say lights?
I don't know. I was thinking about when you posted the other day. You posted a picture of Christmas lights, and you're like, "This is so jolly." Chills.
No. It's a part of the Christmas spirit. Christmas lights are a part of the Christmas spirit, the indomitable Christmas spirit.
I see.
Mm-hmm. I feel like there's something there that I can get viral off of TikTok from, but I'm trying to. Maybe we can workshop that right now. We can get in the studio. Because the indomitable human spirit was a big thing. But now we need to discuss. Let's make this ready for TikTok. Let me get in.
Let you lock in.
Yeah. Let me think. There's all right. Here are top 10 characters that display the indomitable Christmas spirit. Number 1, Rudolph. That man with his red nose. It's not funny.
I was like, where are you going with this, brother?
It's just like normal. I don't know. But the indomitable Christmas spirit is something that will endure and will forever be a part. As long as I'm around and people like you, the indomitable Christmas spirit will never break.
People like I'm just trying to think of like a really random niche Christmas character.
The Christmas tree from Oh Christmas Tree. Oh Christmas. There's so many like small Christmas movies that sometimes like you tell someone like, "Oh, have you watched this?" And they're like, "What are you talking about, you schizophrenic freak?" Yeah. Like Tangerine Bear. I brought that up to you guys. No idea what that is.
Nope.
All right, how many Tangerine Bear heads are there out there? Let me know down in the comments below, because I could have swore I asked my little brother, and he's like, "Yeah, I remember that. Obviously, duh. Who doesn't know the Tangerine Bear?" And then talked to my mom. She's like, "Oh yeah, I love that movie. Why?" And I was like, "None of my roommates know what it is. They all laugh at me, but me with my indomitable Christmas spirit, I'm like, no, the Tangerine Bear is a good Christmas movie."
Everyone's got their niche Christmas movie that no one else has seen.
What's yours?
Let me brain blast for a second.
Bastard.
Well, there was one that came up. Like, there's ones that I'd seen, but I didn't really care about that I just like remember. But
did you not care about it, or do you just not have the Christmas spirit?
Stop trying to make me think when I'm trying to brainstorm, okay?
He's dodging the question. He doesn't have the indomitable Christmas spirit. This is what I'm dealing with at the John Tuesday. We're not jolly enough. This is on you.
Cry me a river, man.
I will. I'll cry you a river filled with candy canes and child joy.
Also, we've got like a minute and a half.
I see that. Don't give me that look. Give me your Christmas movie.
We got a minute and a half.
You can name a Christmas movie in a minute. Don't be like this. This is why you don't have the Christmas spirit.
I'm trying to break. Oh, what was it? Olive, like Olive, the other reindeer. You ever hear of that one?
Olive the other reindeer? Yeah.
Okay, damn. All right.
Well, no, I haven't.
Oh, okay. Well, then
I just wanted to say I get it.
Yeah, no.
No.
It was a dog that his name was Olive, and then they heard all of the other reindeer, and they're like, "Yo, that's me for real." It was really bad.
Interesting. We'll spend the beginning of the next half talking about I'll talk about Tangerine Bear. You talk about all of the.
See, all of the other reindeer is not that interesting. So
Tangerine Bear isn't that interesting too.
All right, fair.
But if I give myself a break, I can figure out how to make it interesting.
Up and
movie recording has been stopped. Welcome back to the John 2 Zone. I can't see myself in the camera. No one can. So let me. No.
Also, those
No, keep this in.
gloves yours?
You did this. I knew you were looking at them. Yes, they're mine. I was very cold whenever I was eating breakfast.
So you just had the gloves?
Yeah. Sometimes I like putting them on. Just like I'll do it at work too.
Just to feel something.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, let's talk shop. Let's talk Christmas. I'll start with Tangerine Bear. Okay, so Tangerine Bear is a story about a teddy bear who, in the process of getting made, accidentally gets pushed over, and they have a frowny face instead of a smiley face. And then he's looking for a place to belong because no one wants a frowning teddy bear, which is weird because most teddy bears are frowning. They just have the little, So at the very end, he's like, I gotta find a home. And then at the very end, he's like, I found my home. And then some dude's like, this guy is a rare item. I'll give you $1 billion for that. And then the store owner is like, he's worth much more than that here. He's at home. And it's like, dude, you were getting foreclosed. Take the money. But yeah, no, that's basically Tangerine Bear in a nutshell. A broke guy won't sell a defective teddy bear for billions of dollars.
Now that's the Christmas spirit.
Exactly. So if you're a real Christmas head and I've heard the Tangerine Bear, let me know. Let's see how many
Christmas fans.
Let's see how many Tangerine heads are out there.
Damn. That moved me.
That moved the Christmas needle.
Is that like a full feature or is that like a 30-minute special?
It's a full feature.
Damn.
It's a full here, let me
Actually,
you what about all of the other reindeer?
there's not much to that besides what I already said. It's like this dog thinks it's an other
Yeah, but most movies you're an art major. You're an audio major. You've done so many movies. You know every movie has a theme.
I don't know. Well, it's just like, they get to the North Pole and Santa's like, oh yeah, I wasn't talking about you. And they're like, damn. But he's like, oh, you could still hang out on my sleigh though.
Doesn't sound very Christmassy at all.
It was pretty, I'm saying it was pretty dumb.
Let's see. Marlon Wayans was in it.
Damn.
Howie Mandel. He played Jack. Jack in the Box. Orlando Brown was in it also.
No, yeah, this was what did it look like?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what that is.
Oh, okay.
That's not niche. Come on.
I'm sorry, that was the first one I could think of. Wait, Drew Barrymore was the voice? What the fuck?
I told you it's big. People know all of the reindeer. All right, nobody knows Tangerine Bear. Tangerine Bear is not even rated. It's on Pluto. You know that shit's underground when it's on Pluto.
If it's on Pluto, man. Also, I know this one's not niche because it has Rudolph in it, but it's lesser known. Rudolph's Shiny New Year.
Oh, dude, that's a classic. Everyone knows that one. Or at least people with the real Christmas spirit know.
They have a Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July. I have not seen that.
I don't know either. I definitely seen the last one though I know because they have the floppy ears and it's a New Year special.
Yeah. Did you ever watch the Little Drummer Boy stop motion?
Bump.
The stop motion one?
Yeah. I didn't like him.
Yeah, it kind of freaked me out.
Yeah.
All those Bible ones are like...
He was a little bit of a creep and a weirdo.
the Miser Brothers Christmas.
I'm Mr. Heat Miser. Everyone, those are these are all classics. These aren't like underground. I want to know how many people have watched the Tangerine Bear because it's not as many people as that know the Heat Miser and Snow Miser songs. Everyone knows those songs.
I guess I'm just thinking through the Rankin Bass stop motions right now.
Yeah, every stop motion back then had like millions of views.
Do you know
billions.
This?
Everyone knows that.
I've never seen it.
I haven't seen it, but everyone knows Jack Frost. He showed me the Jack Frost with Michael Keaton. And it's like, yeah, no. People have, at least they know that movie exists. Everyone knows that.
Why'd they put Good Burger in a list for Christmas movies?
Is Good Burger a Christmas movie?
I don't think so.
I've watched Good Burger. I don't remember it being during Christmas.
If not, it's like one of those where it's like
It's like Die Hard.
Very loosely Christmas.
Top 2 Christmas movies of all time.
Oh,
Die Hard and Good Burger.
Did you ever see that version of A Christmas Carol that was done like with the animation style Polar Express with Jim Carrey?
Huh? Show me. What are you talking about? Speak English.
If it'll load.
That's just a loading screen. I hated that. That so much. I didn't watch it.
Almost made me cry because when I saw it in the theater, it was terrified the hell out of me.
If you're making Christmas, it needs to be stop motion or it needs to be jolly as hell. Even like the Scrooge, you gotta make him like super hateable, but like also super lovable.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Like the sort of endearing bad person in a way.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's why. Who has played Scrooge over the years?
Well, that was Jim Carrey in that fucked up animation one.
Jim Carrey doesn't count. In real life, you can't look at him as a bad guy.
I don't know actually who's played Scrooge.
You know who I'd like to see as Scrooge? John Hamm. I feel like he's a guy that could, mostly because I've been watching Mad Men.
That's
and I'm
fair.
like, he could be like the atheist who hates Christmas. And then, or not like hates it, but he's just like, dude, it's whatever, it's Christmas. And then he learns the true meaning.
I feel like you're gonna hate me for having seen this.
I hate you already.
I know, but fucking what was it called? Like, it came out last year. It was with Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell, and it was like a Christmas Carol take.
I get ads for that all the time.
It was Ryan Reynolds as the Scrooge character, but it was just literally just Ryan Reynolds. I'm like, this doesn't.
As the what? You said a bunch of words and
Ryan Reynolds as like Scrooge.
Oh,
but it's like, but
he's not Scrooge.
But no, the thing is, like, if Scrooge were Ryan Reynolds,
I don't like that.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
no, the Scrooge has to have some kind of like evilness
instead of just being Ryan Reynolds.
John Hamm as Scrooge, I feel like that's the best thing I've ever come up with. As like
Michael
Adam
Imperioli.
No. Actually, that's a good one. That's low-key kind of goated. I was going down the more bit road, and I was like, Adam ruins everything as the Scrooge. Actually, Santa can't live in the North Pole. It's like, shut up, bitch. No, if he was Scrooge, everyone would just beat him senseless.
Yeah.
It wouldn't.
Like, that was the other thing, like, I feel like that also constitutes the character, is people were like too afraid to be like, oh, you're an old bastard. Like, people were kind of like scared of him.
Yeah. I feel like John Hamm. See, that's why I think because he's a scary guy, or at least he can be that. But he can also be charismatic.
At the same time, though, when I see John Hamm in a cameo, I just kind of giggle. I'm just like, oh, it's John Hamm.
John Hamm.
He's goofy.
Don't ask him what he did at UT. Don't ask him what he did in those frat houses. Don't ask. Still love that guy, but he's got a past.
Modern day casting be like Timothy Chalamet as Scrooge.
Chris Pratt as
Scrooge.
Scrooge.
Chris Pratt as
Sorry,
Santa
fuck
Claus.
it. Yeah, no, fuck it. Let's just put Chris Pratt in it. No, it's fine.
No, they just do a movie where everyone's played by Chris Pratt.
Peter Griffin, voiced by Chris Pratt.
Meg Griffin, voiced by
Chris Pratt. It could work. I don't know. He's just such a plain guy.
Stewie Griffin, voiced by John Hamm.
What?
I don't know. Oh yeah, who was it? I showed Jose recently. Seth MacFarlane singing for the first time. He had never heard it.
Well, yeah, because he's a fraud. Poverty franchises don't understand where the greats live, and that man can. He's in Sing. He's in the movie Sing.
None of us have seen that.
Okay, at least you guys are in movies. At least understand.
All right.
Come on.
I mean, I knew, but Jose.
They have music. He literally sings in the Family Guy intro.
That makes sense.
Everything makes sense when you think about it for 2 seconds.
I'm sorry, I'm not a big Family Guy fan like you.
You don't have to be. Like, everybody rides this man. They're like, did you know that Seth MacFarlane can actually sing? It's like, yeah, no.
No, I showed
He's a Frank Sinatra impressionist.
Was it his verse on a Logic song?
Oh my god, that just pissed me off. I knew he was. Yeah, he is the type of motherfucker to be on a Logic song. I would have only accepted it if he did the Peter Griffin voice on it, but he didn't. So fraud. Family Guy's a poverty franchise now. Take me back to season 1 and 2. The only ones that we have on film on CD. CD's nuts. Got him, coach. Ow. It's not necessary. It's crazy. We almost killed ourselves last week over a podcast. In the New Year's, we need to do that more.
That's the goal. Live life on the edge more.
Yeah. All right. Now we're going to New Year's. Need it for this New Year's. For 2024, I'm going to come close to death 5 different times for this podcast. That's the not the max, but that's the minimum. 5 times I got to come near to death for this podcast.
Well, next episode, we waterboard you.
This episode, I torture myself.
We're starting off the year with waterboarding.
Mm-hmm. It'll be awesome.
We film a podcast with you standing over like a...
We try like different gas leaks. Bye, Jose. Yeah, it's always going. Don't worry about that, all right? No, I'm not. I got time, all right? We got time to kill.
We got plenty of time.
We're leaving Jose and Luke in 2023. We don't know how we're going to get them back, but maybe 2025 they'll be back in the game.
It'll be a while until we see Jose, though. So.
No, we're not seeing Jose and Luke until... I'm not seeing them until next year. They're going to be gone. As far as I know, they're still in 2023. Whenever... Oh, look at you, all right? Little... Go get your haircut.
I think it's 12 hours ahead, not 12 hours behind.
It's 12 hours ahead.
Jose is going to be getting his haircut in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm leaving right now. See you guys.
Leave it.
Bye.
Bye, Jose. I love it. See ya. God. I haven't wanted to kill Jose until the new year, since last year.
It's been so long.
And this was this year. I say it once I see him.
You're like, man.
What else are we? We're leaving being coy.
In 2020.
Yeah, about the podcast. Because there's a lot of times where I'm like, this is the dumbest thing ever. It's not that funny. But like, I shouldn't. I think I kind of touched on it last week. About like how sometimes stand-ups, they go on stage and they're like, this joke, like it's new material I'm working on, or like it's not that funny, but like I'm just want to test it out, and everyone's like, okay, and then it's just funny.
It's like, just shut up and say it.
Yeah, no, it's also like if you're like putting expectations low, then people are gonna be like, oh, I'm just gonna, it's new, so I'll just laugh, like, and whatever the joke is, it's probably funny. You're a stand-up comedian doing stand-up. Granted, I'm not a stand-up comedian doing stand-up, but it's something. We get enough likes on TikTok and other platforms where it's like something. We're doing little things. We're doing some things right.
Something's working.
Some things are doing right, and we shouldn't put ourselves down because of that. Because the other 40 minutes might not be perfect, because no podcast is. I've listened to some terrible ones in my day, and I can guarantee some of them you won't even get an entertaining bit of Harrison putting down a punchline without a setup.
It's my charm.
And that's the way the news goes. It's like, what? Okay, man, cool. I love listening to this.
They're like, oh man, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
Exactly. That's where we find comfort. That's another thing we're bringing in. We're keeping 2024, knowing that you don't know anything but still learning more. Understand you're the
listening and learning.
I'm sitting my white ass down and listening for 2024. And yeah, there's lots of people are just like sometimes they think they're smarter than they are. I don't think that's necessarily wrong. But it's also like, be confident in what you know. And then if you don't know it, ego check. That's what I'm doing, some big ego checks 2024. You put me in the right situation, I'm a deck a guy with facts and logic. I'm like, hey man, why don't you lighten up? That's what we're bringing in 2024. Hey man, lighten up.
The dude's just on the floor then.
Oh my goodness, that. Imagine someone telling you that like in like a crowded party, and like that.
I just leave.
I feel like that's a lethal blow to someone. If someone, because that's usually like a white guy like talking to like their friend that's like really sad in like their 30s. He's like, come on man, you just gotta lighten up. Like if you say it as like a threat, like, hey man, lighten up.
Or else.
I forgot the wax ball downstairs. This is a travesty. But I don't know why my friend went there.
You're just like, oh,
but
God,
yeah,
no.
Like, hey, come on. That reminds me. There's this guy who on TikTok that keeps on. He's like, hey, there's if someone's like bullying you or like, giving you guff, here's the line that you need to do. Like, you're good, bro, or like something. I don't know, something like cookie cutter and just lame. Like nothing spur of the moment. Just. This is what like I don't know how to say this without being mean, but like the loser that's like standing up for themselves but doesn't know how to, and they do it in the most loser way possible, or like they have only seen it in TV shows. Mm-hmm. That's like the advice he's giving them.
Yeah, okay.
And it's like, look, man, just be normal.
Be yourself.
And if you can't be normal, look at someone else that's normal, and then just do that.
It's that easy.
It really is. It's not. Yeah, I don't think people understand that concept of that. Like, if someone else is doing something, you could just do it. It's not. If someone is being cool, and everyone is like, "Damn, this guy is cool," you could just like steal. That's what we're bringing 2024. Stealing. We're stealing swag all 2024.
Theft.
Mm-hmm. But in a good way. Only, I'm not gonna steal like Israel swag and like
you just
with innocence. Yeah.
Just start stealing from the Jew Alaska.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be stealing land.
I'm stealing goods.
No, I'm gonna be stealing swag. I'm like, that's a cool shirt. I'm gonna wear that shirt. You could just do that.
No, you just take it from them.
That's what we're doing. We're stealing.
Just beat them up and take it.
Just have someone over like, I like that shirt. Just
hey,
like, sorry, I liked it. I'm gonna take it. I was like, now you can't wear it. Now neither of us can. And you're like, good.
You're like, one of us has to change.
No. I think that was a big one. Earnestness, honesty.
The importance of being earnest.
That's another thing. This podcast is, even though we're a little ironic, our humor is pretty hard to keep track of. It's a little bit strange, some might say. I wish there's the camera on Harrison, because it was the most dead eye, just like, what am I doing? It's a little strange. Our podcast doesn't really fit any norms. That's another thing. We got to find out our lane.
Pick a lane, kid.
We don't have a lane. It's like, we try being funny, but like there's other funny people. Everyone has their own little like shtick. We need our like core thing.
What's your thing?
That we do?
What's your one thing?
Right now we just have wax balls and Luke.
Yeah, those are probably the most unique things. Actually, even then, wax ball, I've seen people on TikTok with the...
Don't mention that. We don't speak of those other...
heathens.
I know. Feels weird. I should have moved the mic closer to me. I feel like I'm leaning over to the mic, but
One of these days, film it while you're just standing up.
we should do another. We should do a John 2 zone, but
Standing up special.
yeah, that's gonna be another thing for the New Year's. I'm gonna make TikTok clips. I'm gonna try my hand at it so I can start producing for other people, hopefully.
Yeah.
And getting more money because I'm definitely gonna need it. It's not good enough. I got it this year. In 2024, we're going harder than ever.
We're changing the game.
Things will never be the same. We're gonna be. I don't know. How much time do we have left?
We got 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Oh, okay, that's not bad. I'll call my Uber soon. Too epic.
We'll film you getting in the Uber. Just the ending is just you waving.
I'm like, we need an hour. I'm like, you're carrying
the laptop.
I'm carrying the camera with the mic. I'm like, guys, we're out here.
The Uber driver's just like, what?
I don't consent to being on camera. I don't care. John 2 zone over.
He just drives away.
Done with.
I missed my flight, not clickbait.
Got him. We're also keeping our 27 subscribers that we have.
So watch after next week. There's like 25.
No Luke unsubscribed, which is fair.
Yeah, no, that's justifiable.
We haven't had any TikTok clips where Luke says anything.
I suppose we haven't.
No.
I mean, then again, there's not really much where I say stuff. It's just more me commenting.
Yeah, just keeping it going.
And I think that's Luke's also been in that degree, but never like him saying something particular.
That's fair. I'll see. I'll look through the old videos. I'll see if I can get Luke on TikTok because I think he's a forgotten creature of society. That I don't know if you've seen it. I guess we can talk about this for a little bit. Have you seen that guy with the ponytail?
Oh yeah.
Where Luke falls not like under his category, but he's in that vicinity.
Just the I reject your premise.
Yes. Luke is not the same exact guy, but he is very similar in that like they were in 2010. If Luke was like 27, he would be in the same comic book store as him. And I don't think I'm wrong in saying that.
Nah.
I say that in the nicest way possible, where like Luke is a very genuine person.
Yes. Luke actually
and that most of those guys in those spaces are genuine. But it's not. I after seeing him and like people like describing who he is as a person, I'm like, that's how I feel about Luke. I'm like, that's exactly who he is.
Luke just has more like, what's the word? Doesn't like look the part of like a.
He's a normal one. If he started dressing, if I started taking him to Uniqlo, he could fit another vibe entirely.
But then again, Luke is very dead set in his
exactly
choices.
No, exactly,
He's dedicated.
And that's why we fuck with him low key. Cause I don't know how to describe his type of guy. Cause it's not Reddit. It's not that at all.
No.
And I feel like that's already a negative connotation.
Intellectually online.
I mean, you could also say that about me in the worst way possible, but it's still in that.
Yeah.
I know way too much things about the internet. The fact that I even brought the ponytail guy just off cuff, I feel like that show very internet. I feel like I know more. Luke knows more actual things like how to work VFX, and I'm just
Technical.
more, and I just have more overall knowledge about everything.
It's almost like
He has more technical knowledge. I have more like pop culture knowledge.
social like culture.
Social trends. Content creation.
Here, why don't we go
TikTok trends.
why don't we go bring the gear over and knock on his door and be like, good morning.
Yeah, no, who is not if the door keeps on opening and closing, I'm gonna beat them senseless. I thought you were gonna say something. I heard
No, I just like
I know whenever you're gonna speak because you do the John,
One day I'm just
that's
gonna
racist.
one day I'm gonna do that and I'm just gonna croak and just my death rattle.
Ah, yes, the fifth attempt at close near death. Harrison's death.
Yeah, no, it's all you each time. Also, like I'm the last one.
I'm like close to saying the worst thing ever, and you're like, no,
And then I just collapse.
Lord help me.
That will be the finale of the,
John is being problematic again.
that'll be the finale, but then you reboot it.
Yeah. Reboot it, except I'm on the audio. I'm just like, please, Lord, help me.
My ghost comes back and starts messing with your audio.
No. If you died, would we keep on doing the same episode numbers, or would I have to do like a season 2? Or what?
It's really your show.
Exactly, but I mean, I feel like it's still like a phase. I guess this is technically season
1.
4. Because I've done the show. I've done the radio show.
Yeah, no.
I think a lot of people see the show and they're like, well, you just started it. But I see it as this is just...
The big league.
This is second... Actually, no, this is the second season. Because this is the second iteration. Because it was first a radio show, which was live. And I was by myself with hallucinations speaking to my LeBron James soundboard.
John 2 Zone the Return.
Yeah. But this is the second season, YouTube edition. Third season, we need to put this on. I've only had one person. Maybe I need like a couple more people to tell me that asked when will this be on Spotify or Apple Music or on not Apple Music but Apple Podcast. I feel like it's doable. It's not too.
We just got to sit down and hash it out.
Do we have the audio? Do you have the audio files for the past ones? Do you keep them?
Yeah, no, they're all on my hard drive and
Okay.
they're kind of sitting there like a big weight.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. That's a lot.
I was going to say we might want to, we might want to invest in a hard drive specifically for this.
Not sure. I have a bunch on my just computer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't use it for that much.
Yeah, because like the video files are the big ones.
Yeah. Some of the behind the scenes of the John 2 Zone, how we operate backstage.
It's just me.
No, that's another thing for the New Year's. I'll start doing more. I'll do them like on the weekends. See what I can cook up at night too, because all I do is play Fortnite now. It's too cold to do anything. All my friends are gone back home.
Go play Fortnite outside with real people
No.
and real weapons.
I played for the first time with other people yesterday. And I was like, damn, this is crazy.
You're like, I'm living.
Shout out my boys Mason, Jerry, and Mattfred holding it down. We didn't get the dub, but it is what we got, like 17 kills, which is cool.
Also, I'm sensing about a minute and a half,
Minute and a half.
according to my sources.
Oh no, the John 2 Zone is done for the year. Womp womp.
Womp womp.
We'll be back next year.
Or will we?
I thought we were going to be back next year. Okay, never mind. Harrison's laughing. I thought he was about to bail. Guys, this is actually the last episode. I don't want to do this dog shit podcast anymore.
You saw Luke was gone. Same for me next. It's just going to be John.
No, Luke will be back. We're putting him on the bench, all right? He used up his fastball, all right? Now he pitched, he had 140 pitches. We're going to rest him. And then new year, new Luke, new John. Harrison will probably still be sad.
Yeah.
But we'll be back. Like and subscribe so we can pay Luke and all of us, and we can actually...
I was going to say, what about me?
We can pay all of us. And... we can actually have a reason to do this.
Yeah.
Have a reason besides feeding my ego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We still have like 2 minutes.